What is the 685 kit like? Well, I would best say it takes a bike that's kind of unresponsive, needs a little bit of, coaxing to get going, and kind of kills itself when it's trying to go like 70 miles per hour. Okay, so the advantages you're going to get with getting the 685 kit is when you want to go, it goes a little bit better. Like, it just feels like a more modern engine is how I describe it. Like, if you ever driven a carbureted bike and then a fuel injected bike, the fuel injected bike just kind of goes when you want it to go. Like, that's kind of the feeling I got from the 685 kit. It's more solid, and the power band I feel like got a little wider, and just a sprinkle of extra powder, or not a sprinkle of powder, a sprinkle of power kind of got sprinkled all over the rev range. So it's just a little bit more powerful everywhere, which is nice. So how important is that to you? Because I'm going to tell you exactly what it costs. You can look on a website and see all the costs of just buying this shit, but there's some other costs that you don't see to do this upgrade. Okay, so you buy the kit and it's like $300 something. Now, keep in mind, in addition to just getting the kit, you're also going to have to get new gaskets. So that's like another 30-40 bucks. Because you got to take the engine apart. You don't want to put your old shitty torn up gaskets, and you're probably going to tear them. Like, there's an extremely high chance you're going to tear your gaskets when you're doing this. Because who knows how long they've been sitting there, and they just break down over time. But it's a bonus, because it's a nice thing to have fresh gaskets. It's peace of mind. You're not going to have an oil leak after you do this, ideally, in the top end. Then, you're going to have to get tools. You're going to have to get pretty much every socket under the sun. You're going to have to get a cylinder ring holder. It's like 15 bucks for putting the cylinder in, because good luck holding those rings together while you push it in. You're going to need a file to get your ring gaps. That's like 10 bucks. You're going to need razor blades to scrape the gaskets. You're going to need enough oil to do 2 oil changes, because after 500 miles with the 685 kit, you're going to have to do an oil change, just like breaking in a new bike. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah, just basically all them gaskets. And then also the machine work, yeah. So, and I highly recommend seeking out your local machine shop, because I looked online at I think it's like Tech Auto, and I'm sure they do a fantastic job, like, for the money, and they do these kits all the time, like the machine work for them. So I'm sure Tech Auto is probably the most quality place, or like Eagle Mike is like the most quality place to get the machine work done. I went to a snowmobile shop and got the whole works done, bore and honing, for like $100. In addition, I got the top end, like the cylinder head, completely cleaned up and polished and shit, So, and they also resurfaced the gasket points, or whatever the hell you call it. So they did all that for not a lot of money. So that was a great deal. So I recommend looking at your local shop and seeing what they're going to cost. And you don't have to pay for shipping, because shipping that shit, it's heavy. It's going to cost you a lot of money just shipping. So that's roughly what it's going to cost you. Okay. So, would I recommend getting a 685 kit? Eh. Depends. If it's gonna break your bank and stop you from doing like a trip, spending the money on it, I probably wouldn't. But if you got a KLR, it's got a lot of miles on it, the compression's starting to go out the fucking wall, and you need to re-ring it anyways or something like that, or you got some extra cash and you need a winter hobby, like, I guess I'd do it, yeah. My only complaint is just doesn't really make that big of a difference. I mean, it makes more of a performance difference than anything else you can do to a KLR to get a little bit more power out of it. More than an exhaust will do, more than rejetting will do. The 685 kit, if you want more power, it's the upgrade to do. It'll make the biggest difference comparatively to other upgrades you can do for power and such. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great upgrade, but it is a lot of money. It's going to cost you like, $600 something, $700, when you're all said and done. Tools and all that shit. I suppose more like 500, but, if you don't have all the tools, then that price goes up a lot really quick. Now, yeah. So I guess I'd give it a thumbs up. Do it. Good upgrade. There's that 685 kit working nicely. Yeah, another thing for the 685 kit. Now I do say it doesn't make the biggest difference, but it does make a pretty substantial difference in one department. And that's, it makes the KLR quite a bit more fun to ride. Now, I used to never really gun this thing, but now I do constantly, just because that little extra bit of kick and that responsiveness, it's got a lot of appeal. I like it. So, fun factor, even though it's a lot of money, if you are looking for a little bit more fun factor, I think that could steer you more into the yes category with getting the 685 kit. So, yeah, if you're just like, I think the KLR would be so much more fun with a little bit more grunt, then maybe, yeah, I'd recommend it for you.